What we need a prime minister with some balls. Tony Abbott fixed immigration in Australia because he had the balls to stand up for his country. 28th Prime Minister of Australia. Anthony John Abbott AC, born the 4th of November 1957, is a former Australian politician who served as the 28th Prime Minister of Australia from 2013 to 2015. He held office as the leader of the Liberal Party of Australia. Abbott was born in London, England, to an Australian mother and a British father, and moved to Sydney at the age of 2. He studied economics and law at the University of Sydney, and then attended the Queen's College, Oxford, as a Rhodes Scholar, studying philosophy, politics, and economics. After graduating from Oxford, Abbott briefly trained as a Roman Catholic seminarian, and later worked as a journalist, manager, and political advisor. In 1992, he was appointed Director of Australians for Constitutional Monarchy, a position he held until his election to Parliament as a Member of Parliament, MP, for the division of Warringah at the 1994 Warringah by-election, before the election of the Howard government in 1996. Following the 1998 election, Abbott was appointed Minister for Employment Services in the second Howard ministry. He was promoted to Cabinet in 2001 as Minister for Employment, Workplace Relations, and Small Business. In 2003, Abbott became Minister for Health and Ageing, retaining this position until the defeat of the Howard government at the 2007 election. Initially serving in the shadow cabinets of Brendan Nelson and then Malcolm Turnbull, Abbott resigned from the front bench in November 2009, in protest against Turnbull's support for the Rudd government's proposed emissions trading scheme, ETS. Forcing a leadership ballot on the subject, Abbott narrowly defeated Turnbull to become the party's leader and leader of the opposition. Abbott led the Liberal National Coalition to the 2010 federal election, which resulted in a hung parliament, and an eventual victory for the Australian Labor Party, ALP. Abbott remained leader, and led the coalition to a landslide victory at the 2013 election. After assuming office, the Abbott government implemented Operation Sovereign Borders in an effort to halt illegal maritime arrivals. It abolished several reforms enacted by the preceding government, including the Minerals Resource Rent Tax and Australia's carbon pricing scheme. His government aimed to rein in a federal budget deficit that reached $48.5 billion Australian dollars by June 2014 and established the National Commission of Audit to advise on restoring the federal budget to surplus. Abbott instituted the Royal Commission into Trade Union Governance and Corruption, founded the Medical Research Future Fund, and produced white papers on developing